class. So, who would like to tell us what you did at the weekend? Yes, you. Come on, stand up. I am an inventor of magical instruments, and this is my first prototype of the prop you're going to use is the something you can wear prop. So I've got my whole city scarf. Hi everyone, hope you're really well, hope you had a nice weekend and hope you're raring to go this week. My name is Gemma and this is the Performing Arts Creative Remedies online session number 14. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've been to every single one of these, give yourselves a pat on the back. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that. Lovely to have your company. So this week is an improvisation session. So some quick thinking, lots of talking. So we're going to start off by warming up our voices and our faces, ready for action. If you're brand new to this, hello, thank you for joining us. And if at any point you want to pause the video, go back, do something again, you can totally do that. And some activities you will be required to pause the video anyway. Also, this is for everybody, if you want to comment underneath the video, tell us what you've enjoyed, what challenges you'd like to see next, tell us a bit about your work. I always love to see all of that as well. And nice to just hear people saying hello, because I miss everybody. Hopefully it won't be too long until we can see each other again. Okay, so we're going to do some warm-ups. First of all, let's give ourselves a little massage, because that can really help and it feels really nice. So just get the tips of your fingers and just do a little drumming on your forehead. Not too heavy, just like a light pitter-patter of rain. Do it a little bit on your eyebrows. Your eyebrows, you might want to give them a little rub. That was quite a nice feeling. A little patter on the temples, down through the jaw, just that light patter onto your nose, up your nose, around your mouth. It's really nice. Move it into your neck. Ooh. If you want on your neck, you can give it a little bit more of a, do whatever feels good. Don't be too hard if it hurts, but you'll know yourself what feels nice and good. Very good. Now on your jaw, maybe do a bit of a pull of the jaw, the chin. Do a little grab your cheeks. There we go. That feels about right. Continue that to your heart's content as long as you like. When you're ready, come back to me. We're gonna do so the good old drama toffee. You get a piece of toffee, choose whatever flavour you like, try and imagine that flavour, that helps. The toffee starts off really small, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, so you can hardly really move your jaw, and then it'll get smaller again. So everybody grab your drama toffee, it could be anywhere. I'm really into cream cheese on crackers at the moment, so that is the flavour of my toffee. You choose your own. Starts off very small, just normal. Well, probably slightly smaller than normal, like right near the end. Technical, well, not a technical hitch, just life happening on my road. An alarm. I don't know if you heard that, but stop now. Anyway, allow it to just get a bit bigger. All this is doing as well is just warming up your jaw. Again, don't do anything that feels uncomfortable. When you get to that big bit where it's really big, if that hurts your jaw at any time, just relax. Anyone hurting themselves? It's getting bigger and bigger now, so you don't have to look into my mouth. I'm going to talk you through it. It's getting quite big now. Maybe it's struggling. You have to work a little bit harder to chew it. Find it's getting growing and growing and growing, and it's filling your mouth. Got to a point where it's actually difficult to talk. You can barely close your mouth at all. Once you get to that point, thank goodness, that's when it's going to start shrinking. Okay, so start getting smaller and smaller. Still pretty big now though. It's like hard to manoeuvre around your mouth. But it does start to grow and shrink. Go a bit smaller. Maybe now it's just quite a big piece. And it goes to like a more normal, manageable size. Thinking about your flavour. Cream cheese on cracker. A cracker with a little like, maybe a salt and pepper cracker. I'm not talking a, you know, just a cream cracker. Something a bit special. It's these small things that we've got to enjoy these days, isn't it? Getting quite small now. So small. You can choose what you want to do with it. You can swallow it, or you can save it for later. I tend to save it for later. Probably, no, that'll do. Okay, brilliant. Nicely warmed up on our jaw. Okay, so we're going to do some repetition of different letters now, just to warm up our mouths. I'm doing this in the morning, actually, recording this. So especially if you're doing this in the morning, or you maybe haven't spoken to many people today already, it's really good to do this because our mouths just aren't used to moving, I guess, when we haven't really spoken. We've had a hopefully good long sleep. We need to warm it up. So we're going to take a couple of letters and we're going to just repeat them 20 times. So we'll start off with a K. I say K, you probably say K, because you're not from Hull. Someone might be. Please comment if you are. Okay, so we're going to do K, 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 K. Or we're going to do 20. Okay, so K, 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 K. Brilliant. So I really stretched my mouth to do that, so try and do that with the next ones as well. B, B. Let's do B, B, B. Let's do B. Yeah. B. 20 B's. Okay, and again, stretching that mouth. B. Making sure that our lips are tight together when we do the B sound. Really working it as much as possible. That means we don't have to work it as much later on in the session because it's stretched and ready. So 20 B's. B, 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 B. Really enjoy that movement as well. It's quite satisfying. And an F. We're going to do an F now. So F, 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 F. Okay. So again, slightly different shape for our mouth. So we're testing it and challenging it and moving it in different directions. Nice and emphasised. F, 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 I may have lost count twice during that, so I'm sure that was about right. It's more of a whisper, that one, isn't it? Moving our mouths. Okay, we're going to do the vowels now. A, E, I, O, U. I love doing those because it sort of all the different shapes you can have in your mouth sort of happens during those 5 letters. We're going to do that 3 times. Really challenge yourself to the extremes, because as I say, that means later on when you're just chatting, your mouth is already warmed up and it doesn't need to work as hard. So 3 times the 5 vowels. Okay, so off we go. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Very good. If you feel like you want to do any of those again, or you want to pick some other letters from the alphabet, pause the video, do a bit more, make sure that you feel really warmed up and comfortable. Okay, I've picked a couple of lines out for us to articulate. So we're going to just learn a couple of lines. The Shakespeare, so they're classics. They're all from my favourite Shakespeare play, which is actually Twelfth Night. And I just think they're nice lines to learn and good for getting your mouth around them. I thought we could do tongue twisters, but we've done them before, so I thought we'll pick some Shakespeare. So the first line is, if music be the food of love, play on. You may know this, it's from Twelfth Night, as I say, and it's the character Orsino who says this. If music be the food of love, play on. Okay, try and say that with me. If music be the food of love, play on. We'll do it one more time. If music be the food of love, play on. often when you do Shakespeare, you really need to get your mouth around those words because there's so many of them, and the rhythms of it, and also how important, because we, as an audience, we need to hear every single word really so we can work out what's going on, because it's obviously different to our language now. So it's really good to practice Shakespeare and practice it, really emphasise. Do that one more time. If music be the food of love, play on. Fantastic, well done. Okay, next one. This is said by one of my favourite characters in the play, Viola. She says, "Make me a willow cabin at your gate." Try that with me. Make me a willow cabin at your gate. Again. Make me a willow cabin at your gate. So if you notice, I'm really enthusiastically over the top exaggerating those words. So I could say, make me a willow cabin at your gate. That would be just saying it normally. But for this exercise, we're going over the top. Okay, one more time on that one. Make me a willow cabin at your gate. Excellent, fantastic. So now you know an Orsino line and a Viola line. We're going to finish off with a Malvolio line, a really brilliant character in the play. He gets fooled in quite an embarrassing way, and this is one of the last lines in the play, and he says, "I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you." Okay, so it's a bit cross here. Malvolio. "I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you." Say that together with me. "I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you." Again. "I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you." One more time. "I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you." Brilliant. Okay, so we've gone through lots of different mouth shapes there, so hopefully we are feeling pretty tip-top and woken up in the face department, ready to move on to our next task. So this is improvisation session. After all that warming up, and I trip over my words. Okay, I'm going to set you some scene starters. I'm going to say the first line of the scene, and you're going to improvise the rest of it. This is going to be one of those sessions, activities where you pause the video and then just press play again when you have finished the scene. It can be as short or as long as you like. If you want to go on and build a big story, go for it. If you just want to sort of respond to the line, that's fine as well. I think challenge yourself. If the first one you just do maybe 1 or 2 lines, second one try and improve on that, get a bit more in your scene. Third one, try and make it, maybe half a minute to a minute long. Okay. Because this is improvisation, a couple of tips. I would say don't overthink it. Don't think, oh, that's a bad idea, that's not the right thing to do. Just go with your first idea. And also, with improvisation, try to also always sort of say yes and go with the idea that you've got, but also maybe that the scene starter presents. So for example, if I said, am I okay to sit here, please? If you decide to go, no, I'm saving it for my friend, that's sort of the end, or it could be the end of the scene, so it makes it very short. But if you open that up and say, yes, I accept the idea, so can I sit there, please? Yes, you can sit here, but I don't know what my friend's going to say when she arrives. She is pretty big. She's pretty angry. She's quite a fearful person. So no, please sit down, fine. But actually it's going to be really entertaining to see what she says when she sees you sat in her seat. No, stay there, don't move, because I'm going to enjoy this, for example. So that was just an improvised piece from myself. So I'm sure you're going to think of loads of better things than that. But looking at those two ways, you can say no, it sort of ends the scene, or you can say yes, but, yes, and, yes, because, and build on that. Okay, so yes, and always go, don't overthink and go with your first idea. Obviously, if your first idea ends up being no, that's fine. You can always just go back, play my scene starter again and have another go at it. And sometimes the no can work, but you sort of have to try and stop yourself from cutting it dead. Okay, so it can be no, but you can sit down there if you like, and I'll plait your hair because I actually really like plaiting hair, and you've got really nice hair. Please don't plait your hair. Sit down here, please. Okay, so you've got to go somewhere with it if you're going to go no. Hope that makes sense. It's supposed to be just 2 simple steps. Don't overthink and say yes. Okay, let's have a look. This is my first scene starter. You can go wherever you like with this. Okay. I can't believe that you've done this. What have you got to say for yourself? Okay, over to you. Press pause and continue the scene. Good luck. Excellent, fantastic, well done everybody. I really wish I could have heard your improvisations and your responses to that first scene starter. Again, let me know what you decided to do. Put some comments underneath, I'd love to hear. Number 2. Okay, let's go again. So we shake that off, completely different now, completely different character, completely different scenario. No, I'm afraid you won't be allowed into the concert without a ticket. So, do you have one? Press pause, over to you. Fantastic, well done. Okay, so I wonder who got into the concert, who didn't get into the concert. My accent went a little bit dodgy, so I apologise for that, but I was trying to create a new character. Okay, okay, the last one then, this is our final scene starter. Again, you're going to pause as soon as I've said the line and just carry on the scene from there. Okay. Okay, class. So, who would like to tell us what you did at the weekend? Yes, yes, you. Come on, stand up. Excellent, brilliant. Thank you so much for taking part in those. Hope you enjoyed it. I should have really said at the beginning, the main thing about improvisation is to have fun with it as well. So hopefully that happened. Okay, so now moving on to our sort of chunkier task for the week. This I've called your 5 a day. Okay, I'm going to ask you to grab in your house on a time challenge 5 different things. Okay, I'm going to tell you what they are, and then you're going to speed off and grab them. I'm going to time it. You can have 30 seconds to find these things. It'll all become clear why you need them once you're back and we've got the 5 things. So these are going to be your props basically. Don't overthink this as well. It's improvisation week, remember. Just go with your first thought, your instinct. What is it? Yeah, go and get it, okay? Those of you that, anybody who isn't able to do things as in 30 seconds, you can obviously just pause the video, go find your item and come back. Those of you that can do the time challenge, challenge yourself and see how well you get on. Okay, so you have 30 seconds to go and find something in your house, something you can eat. Go. Go, 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 go. Something you can eat. You don't need to eat it, so don't worry if you don't like it. Off you go. And who's going to be first back? Half of the time is gone. I'm guessing most people went straight to the kitchen. Anyone that's back, hello, well done. Good job. 5 seconds left. Time's up. Fantastic. Well done to everybody who made it back. Don't worry if you didn't, it was the first one. So now you should have in front of you prop number 1, something you can eat. Okay, reset the clock. This time you're going off into your house to find something you can wear. Off you go, 30 seconds on the clock. You might have something nearby. It can't be something you've got on already, by the way. No, it's got to be something separate. Excellent. Halfway through. Well done anyone who's back. I hope I'm not causing mayhem in anyone's house when I'm throwing things. I'm looking for a jumper. Okay, a couple of seconds left. And time is up. done to everyone who made it back with something that they can wear. Right. Oh, and you don't have to wear it either if it's a child's dress or something. Don't worry about that. It's just something that can be worn. Okay. Right, next one. Something in your house, go and get it for me. Find it in the time challenge of 30 seconds. Something that is blue. Go. Off you go. Blue. Hopefully everyone has something blue in their house. It can be any shade of blue, I'm not fussy. It can go anywhere from pale blue to a royal. 5 seconds left. And time is up. Well done everybody who made it back. Okay, we've got 2 more to get. We've got our 5 a day, remember, so that's 3 down. Next one is slightly trickier, so if you're doing really well so far, well done. This one might throw you a few problems. Okay, you need to find something that could be an instrument. Doesn't have to be an instrument, something that you could use as an instrument, something you can bang on, you can scrape, you can blow, whatever. Okay, time starts now. Something that could be used as an instrument. You can use an instrument if you've got one. It's a tricky one. Anyone who does the music group, you might have an instrument to hand. That's acceptable. If you don't, you need something. Anything can be an instrument. 5 seconds left. And your time's up. Well done everybody who found something that can be used as an instrument. Super work. Okay, your last one then. This one, so I've done this time challenge earlier, and I'll show you my props in a minute, but this one I thought, this can be easy, but I was really like, because it brought emotions into it, I was like, oh, what shall I pick? So don't be distracted like I was by emotions. You've got 30 seconds only on the clock. You've got to find something you love. Off you go, an object. Something that you love in your house. Could be anything. Right, half the time's up. Who knows exactly what they were going to get? Who knows exactly where things are? That's the other thing. Think, I've got that treasured possession, but where is it? 5 seconds left. And the time is up. Fantastic. Well done. Everybody, that's your 5 a day. That's your 5 items. These are going to be the 5 props that are the basis for your 5 improvisation scenes that we're going to do. Okay, so well done. Get your breath back. You might be a bit out of breath there, running around. The first prop you're going to use is the something you can wear prop. So I've got my Hull City scarf. That's my something I can wear. That's what I found first. Okay, and you're going to tell us everything in this improvisation scene. You're going to need to pause the video once I've explained, and you're going to improvise this scene. You're going to tell us everything you know about the owner of the item. Okay, now it's up to you whether you want to just do a list. So you can say, okay, it's a 5-year-old child. They are a girl. She's called Natalie. Her family are big Hull City fans. This is her first Hull City memorabilia type clothing. She lives in Hull. She's not been to a game yet. Her granddad used to play for Hull City. But it could be a list, or you might want to do it like a bit like a scene, and you can have like a start, a middle, and end to it. So you could say, they're in Hull, down a lovely little avenue that's paved with trees and blossom. There's a little house, and that house, the door is painted black and amber. That's because inside there's a family who are absolutely obsessed with Hull City. The eldest member of the family, the granddad, used to play for the team 50, 60 years ago. From then, it's been in their blood. The youngest member of the family, Natalie, she's 5, and today she receives her first ever Hull City merchandise, a scarf. Okay, so I did it sort of like a bit of a story. You can do it however you want, basically. It can be a list or a story or a scene. One thing to note, it's not real. So, for example, if you've grabbed your mum's dressing gown, don't tell us about your mum. You're going to make up a new character, okay, who owns that dressing gown. For example, this is my scarf, but Natalie is a completely fictional character. Okay, so you're going to pause the video and you're going to tell us everything you know about the person who owns this prop. Good luck and enjoy. Fantastic. Well done. I'd love to hear all of your improvisations. Well done for doing them. Okay, so the next prop that you're going to need is something that can be used as an instrument. I've gone for a classic, a cheese grater and a salad sort of tongs, because basically it's an instrument, isn't it? Let's be honest. Okay, oh, count myself in. There you go, it's endless. Anyway, whatever you've got might be a real instrument. Your next scene is you're an inventor, okay? You're explaining your newest creation. This is your newest creation. So for example, and remember you can do characters as well, you don't have to be yourself. So in the previous one, I sort of spoke a bit like myself. So for this one, I might become an inventor. I am an inventor of magical instruments. And this is my first prototype of the slicey salady instrument. And what happens is every time I grit and I make a sound, magical things will happen. So I want to paint my living room blue. It is blue. Okay. The thing about improvisation is it's off the top of your head, and that's what I just did there. And again, slightly dodgy accent, but I'm trying to, just go with my first idea, say yes, accept things, the rules of improvisation. Okay, so basically, you're going to pause the video, you are an inventor, you don't have to do it like me. You could be, yes, please see, behold the new instrument that will be added to the Philharmonic Orchestra. It is the rectangle, designed very similarly to the triangle, but this one has a more hollow sound, and the holes allow the air to escape it in different fashions. Okay, whatever you like. Pause the video, you're an inventor with your brand new musical instrument. Off you go. Fantastic, well done, well done. I would love to see that one as well. Okay, the next prop you're going to need to grab is something you love. And I have this, it's tiny, it's a silver sixpence, and my dad gave it to me on my wedding day to go inside my shoe, because it's, I think there's some sort of rhyme out there that says that brides should have a silver sixpence in their shoe. And my dad's collected sixpences since he was little, so he dug one out for me and gave me it for the wedding day. So that is something I really love. Now this time in your scene, you are auctioneering this item off. You are an auctioneer, okay? So you need to describe it and then sell it to your room, okay? Your room of people looking to buy it. Now you love this item, so don't let it go for a cheap price, okay? You need to give it a really detailed and good description so that people know how valuable it is. So for example, you might say, the next lot here is this 1926 silver sixpence. Okay, it comes in a display box cabinet. It is an original silver sixpence. It has not only slight wear and tear, but it also has real value, and it has a slight smell of shoe, and that's because that has been in a wedding shoe, okay? That was on somebody's very special day, given to them by their dad. An emotional moment, a special moment, all captured in this tiny sixpence. It is silver as well, real silver, and it has got its certified insurance paperwork with it. I'm going to start this lot off at £2,000. Who's going to give me £2,000 for the silver sixpence? Okay, you can be whatever type of auctioneer you like, but you need to give a detailed description of your item that you love. Don't let it go for a song. Good luck. Excellent, well done. So the next prop you need is there's something you can eat. I grabbed a lime from my fridge, nice and chilled still actually. Now, this prop is going to become Exhibit A in a crime scene investigation. Okay, well, it's not actually an investigation, it's in the court case now, but it's Exhibit A, and that makes it a very important exhibit. It's got to be the crucial part of the story. You've got to explain to the judge and the jury where it was found and why it is so significant and important in the case, okay? So you're the lawyer, or you could be the police, whatever you want really. So for example, let me have a little think. May I present to you Exhibit A, members of the jury and the judge. This, to the naked eye, appears to be just a lime. However, after detailed scientific and forensic investigations, we found that this lime had fingerprints all over it. Those fingerprints belong to the defendant. And the reason why they had the fingerprints all over it is because that proves exactly where they were on the night of the crime. This lime was found not at the crime scene, no, but in their mother's fridge. Now we believe this places the defendant at their mother's house that evening, touching the lime, considering perhaps making some guacamole. Okay, that's my quick thinking idea. I'm sure you can do loads better. You are in a courtroom and you're talking to the judge and jury with Exhibit A. Very specific and important in the scene and the crime. Off you go. Good luck. Excellent, well done, you're doing really well. This is our last one. I know it's hard to keep thinking of new ideas, but you're doing really well. If you want to break at any time, obviously just pause the video and you can come back. So finally, you need your something blue. I grabbed this, it's a sun cream and it's in a blue bottle. So this is my prop. This is now an artifact in a museum. Okay, so whatever your blue prop is, it's now an artifact in a museum. You are the expert and you're going to give us the full history and any interesting facts about the artifact, okay? So, for example, I might say, yes, so we've stumbled now upon the Stone Age version of their version of sun cream. Now, not a very good idea because it's the same thing as what it is, but we'll go with it. So this is how they would protect themselves from the sun. It was made actually by the pulp of pomegranates mixed with coconuts, always has the coconut smell, and also mixed with the flesh of sea creatures. Yeah, that's what the Stone Age people did. They would bash them all together and this would protect their skin from the sun. They didn't have the shelters that we had, you see, so they needed this sort of thing to protect them. Now this has actually helped us develop our own sun cream. Dates back to 1203, this particular one. We can tell that by its markings on the bottom and this fossilisation of some of the sea creatures. And it was found in deep underground in the Midlands, but it's travelled down to London to the National Museum here because it's such an interesting piece. Okay, yes, not the best work I've ever done, because really I could have used this as something completely different to what it is. I could have said that what we'll find inside here, this cream, is something different, not sun cream. But anyway, we all have those moments. Do the best you can. I mean, it was tricky to make this into an artifact. You might have the same problem. You might have a very modern thing to try and make it into an artifact in a museum, but I'm sure you'll do an amazing job. Okay, good luck. I'm going to leave you to it. You are the curator, the expert. Tell us all about this artifact. Off you go. Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much. What a busy week that has been. So much for you to do and to think about. I like to always finish with a final quick task. This week, I wondered if we could maybe make a list. Just spend a minute doing this, really. Think of, or longer if you feel like you need to. It's just sort of a moment, a minute of reflection. So you might want to just sit wherever you are. Just sit back and reflect for a minute or so on just how you feel today and how maybe the session has made you feel, and what you've enjoyed, what the challenges were today. You can sort of just do a list of words. So you might want to say, you know, for me, for example, if I was to do this now, I might say challenged, quick thinking, tired, awake at the same time. Buzzing brain, excited, creative, feel like I want to write things down, whatever. Okay, so that's how I feel. You're going to spend a minute now. I'm going to say goodbye, but then just make sure you take a minute just for yourself to just reflect. You don't have to say it out loud, just think in your head, how am I feeling, how's today been, what was good, what was bad. Okay, so thank you for joining me and have a great week, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.